Sometimes you just need a bigger hammer, and sometimes that hammer is a skid steer.
Hi, I'm Tony Fast's daughter. I'm Tony Fast's daughter. I'm Tony Fast's daughter. My family's been blessed to farm in Montana for over 100 years now, and it wouldn't be possible without the great team we have and blessings from our Savior Jesus Christ.
What do you think, Roger? We get some snow? Don't look like 12 inches, but it's definitely snowy. Well, since it's a little nasty outside, we're stuck in the shop today. Do some wheel polishing, as well as put some May Wes cutting edges, some poly ones, on the skid steer buckets. Our little one for getting them up close to the house and whatnot, in the front of the shop here, and then this big one too that we built for quite a few years back, a 10-foot one. We're going to put one on there too, just so we don't scuff up the cement, we don't wear the cutting edges out so fast if we're pushing on top of the cement or gravel in the yard. So while Colin's working on that, I'm going to put the blade on this one. So this is the poly cutting edge we're putting on. It is an 8-inch and by 1-inch thick. They pre-drilled all the holes for me. I had to tell them the dimensions across my bucket blade, how far each of them are spaced and how far from the end, how wide I wanted it. They cut it, drill it all out for you. Here, got countersunk holes here. You put on a washer, the bolt in, and that's really all there is to it. I'm gonna put it on and go and probably move some snow here pretty quick. Well, one thing I did not do when I measured the dimensions on this is I did not measure like from the, say, the second hole to the second hole here to get a little more accurate measurement in between holes, and we're a little bit off. I was a little bit short on my measurement. Like that should be centered and it's not, so we're going to take the air Dremel. So there you go. I think we're ready to go do some snow pushing. Get the cement cleaned off with it quick, and do yourself a favor. Measure like 7 times. Then they only have to drill once, and you don't have to do any reaming of holes. Alright, let's go plow some snow. Well, I think that cutting edge, the poly cutting edge is going to work really good on that bucket. Before I get this one put on though, I'm going to finish polishing these wheels. Colin took off for town this afternoon, so we'll work on that another day. We gotta make more wheels shiny so we get this truck out of here, and then we'll have some more room. Maybe we can work on that tomorrow morning or finish that truck, or opportunities are endless. I just need more room in here for activities, you know? Just got the last tire put on, the last polished driver wheel, and it's perfect timing because Aaliyah just brought homemade Oreos out, and they are delicious. Get you some of that. Well, when I went to bed last night, it was foggy, and in Montana, when it's cold and foggy, this is what you get. All right, back to work. Done with this one, starting the other one.
When you're not heavy enough to hold everything, gotta use a tire.
Ready to take them out. That was boring. Well, while searching on the interwebs, I came across fake fast egg merch on Amazon. So, if it doesn't come from Farm Focused, it doesn't come from us. So you're supporting probably China. So make sure you go buy legitimate, genuine, Farm Focused fast egg merchandise from nowhere but Farm Focused. Well, I had a morning of paying bills in the office and the house. Now I get to spend time doing crop insurance in the shop office. Yay! Well, my office work is done. Yes! And Colin's been messing around with that orange snowmobile. We got it to run by priming with gas, squirting a little bit into the intake. It'll run that way, but it doesn't seem like the injectors are firing. The injectors do fire though when you give them power, and there is voltage coming from down the wires. So I don't know why it's not running, but we need to get this blade put down on the cutting edge of this thing with poly ones. We're gonna go to the shed and gonna get some more strap iron for this. Go dig through there, see what we can find, and then we'll get this rebuilt, holes punched in that, welded on, and then bolt the poly on this bucket so we can start clearing snow with the big one too. I guess we could put 10-inch on there, it would stick out further, and then the blade would bolt on.
Yeah.
11'4". So we gotta cut off, like I said, this wore out edge, and we did some plug welds. You see there where it was, we had a hole punch, and we punched it through both layers of this bucket. It's actually double layered on the bottom, and then up to, oh, let's see, up to here we built it. We double layered this bottom, give it strength. So we gotta plasma cut those holes out, as well as cut this front edge out on the sides, and then it just tacked on the back side, so it should just peel off of there. Gonna replace that. We'll punch holes in that 10-inch piece and put it on. Colin, when we were building this, Dad came in and asked what we were building, and I said, oh, it's a blade for the skid steer, or a bucket for the skid steer. And he said, that's too big for the MX. It's way too big for the skid steer. It looks too big, but it pushes a lot of snow if you got traction. So I figured I want that bolt to be centered about 1 inch from the front of the cutting edge, and then we'll go about 3/4 of an inch back here. So we'll go 1 3/4 inches from the front of the edge to where the bucket's gonna start. We'll get these all marked. I'm gonna use this as my 1-inch guide to get a straight edge line all the way across the front. So I got the hole center on the scribe mark in there. Also ran a little chalk mark past it so I can make sure it was the right one, because there's all these other scratches all over. I don't have a hole punch for the iron worker for a 5/8 bolt, but I do have hole punches for 11/16 holes, and they go in this machine. This we used to put on the top of our hopper bins. We go around the top of the hopper like that, and we punch all the slotted holes. We have a slotted die in there now. I'm going to take that out. But we go around and we punch the holes in the top band of hopper cone, and then the bin could bolt to that. So this little point on the end of this top die works really good to find center of the center punch hole mark. Man, that's loud. And that's a piece that comes out of the metal. Crazy thing is, you can't put them back in because it actually stretches them. Hey Colin, yeah? Take your iron pill.
That might not go down it so well. That might hurt.
So I don't like that edge that's not perfectly straight. I think it's from back dragging snow away from buildings and stuff. So we're gonna need to do a little straightening on that. Sometimes you just need a bigger hammer, and sometimes that hammer is a skid steer. Well, the paint's dryish enough. We're gonna bolt this on and finish it up. I think that's going to work pretty good. As long as we don't do any dirt moving with it and just push snow, that thing should last a long time. Now I can just replace that poly edge instead of having to cut off that whole piece of strap iron again. I know I could put a steel blade on there, but why? I can use plastic and it won't scratch my cement. And so if you're interested in any of these poly products from May Wes, go check them out. Their link's in the description. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget, farm hard, pray harder.